1,000 men. I grip a pen from my mind stems, lyrical poetry enhanced with the flow in me. I entered in bounds and leaps. I refuse to accept defeat.
What is going on there, guys? It is Lunatic Tomb, and I am back again with another Black Ops 2 breakdown video for you. Now, today, guys, I'm going to be focusing on the weapons from Black Ops 2. Now, I started this kind of series when Modern Warfare 3 was around, and I got to about 10 episodes, but because my channel was so small, it just really didn't seem to pick up. I was putting a hell of a lot of work into the videos, and I just wasn't getting the views out of it. So you know, therefore I just didn't continue it. So I'm going to start again with Black Ops 2, and hopefully I can cover every single gun for you and give you a couple of loadouts that I think will really help you with each gun. Now, the gun in question that I'm going to be focusing on today is the R-87O MCS. Now, the R-87O MCS is a pump action shotgun. Now, this shotgun is unlocked at level 4, so it is the first shotgun that you get out of all the other shotguns. Now, a couple of pros for these shotguns in general would be one-shot kills at close range, good mobility, and accurate hip fire. And a couple of cons before we start: no long range capacity and lengthy reload times. Now, they're just a general, you know, analysis of all the shotguns in general. Combat role would be room clearing and extreme close quarter combat. Now, preferred engagement, meaning, you know, your preferred, if you're going to face an opponent, then basically this is what you would rather do. So you would rather be at short range, small to medium maps with high urban density. So shotguns are mainly made for room clearances and for using around tight corners, but a lot of people have started to basically run and gun with them like you would only really do with SMG in the past. But because the shotguns have been made better and better as we go along, then, you know, we've had the option to do this, which I think is really good. Black Ops 2 have made a real good job at you know, giving us different types of shotguns to go at, and so on. So the R-87O is an all-around shotgun. It has a solid fire rate, good damage, and good accuracy. Now, as I have said, this is unlocked at level 4, so this is the first shotgun you get. Now, the R-70 has a magazine size of 8 shells and 11 shells with extended mags, which you really don't need extended mags, but yeah. Now, we're going to go on to a bit of stats for them. Now, the iron sights for the R-87O are really good, so I honestly don't think you're in need to use any sights at all. So then, guys, so it's mainly a one shot, one kill over a short to medium distance. Now, obviously, the further out we go, you know, the more hit markers you're going to get. But generally speaking, it's a one to shoot. I always mess something up. It's mainly a 1 to 2 shot kills. Now, if you add a suppressor to the R-87O, then it reduces your range. Now, you're only really going to get a 1-shot kill from short distance, and you're only really going to get a 2-shot kill from just over short distance, just under medium distance. Now, if you add the long barrel, which is one of my favourite attachments, then your 1-shot killing capability goes to about medium distance, medium to long range distance, and your 2-shot killing capability goes for about medium distance. medium to long distance, but more than likely it is definitely one of the attachments that I'm going to be recommending a bit later, and it's one of the best attachments for the gun. So then guys, now we're moving on to how many rounds per minute does this shotgun fire. Now, compared to the other shotguns, it is actually the second slowest. Now it fires around 310 shells per minute, which is not bad. It's not bad. The only slower one is the KSG. So now we go on to the shotgun's reload time then, guys. So the reload time just on its own, you know, just a standard shotgun, is just over 0.5 seconds. Now if you add fast mags, which obviously means you can, you know, it's like dual mags from Black Ops 1, you can switch your weapon, you know, you can switch your magazines faster. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so if you use dual mags, then it is just under 0.4 seconds. So a noticeable difference there. So then guys, we're going on to recoil patterns now. Now, compared to the other shotguns have a really mixed up recoil patterns. I mean, the KSG has a straight vertical recoil pattern, while the M1216 is just about everywhere. The Sega 12, that also has sort of a upwards recoil pattern, but that also tends to spread out a bit. But when we come to the R-87O MCS, now this is really tight grouping it has, and it basically goes from center, it basically goes up to the right. So your recoil is basically going to go up to the right. So if you are shooting at somebody, basically shoot towards the left of them, and you know, with the recoil it should hit them square on in the face. If you shoot just to the left of their target, as you're obviously, if they're a moving target, if they're a static target, just aim down your sights and shoot. But yeah, it's got a really small grouping pattern, guys, so I won't worry too much about that. Right, so now we've got all the boring statistics and stats and shots to kill and everything. Now I'm going to get on to a couple of attachment options I would recommend for this gun. Now, so the first one, now the best attachments are the long barrel, which increases range and damage, the laser sight, which increases accuracy and reduces hipfire spread, giving you more chance of pulling off the one shot one kills. Now lastly, I recommend fast mags, as the R70, as I've said, reloads 2 shells at a time with the fast mags weapon attachment. So if you didn't know that, guys, the R70 reloads 2 shells at a time when you're using fast mags. Now for perks, I would use lightweight, just so you can move faster running and gunning. I would use cold-blooded for my perk 2, and my choice for this is, because you're going to be running and gunning mainly, when you've got cold-blooded, you can't be picked up by people's millimeter scanners. You have no red name, or you know, your crosshair and everything is gone. So there'll be no name when an enemy aims at you. They won't be able to see you. Well, they'll be able to see you, but you know, you won't have a name above your head, which could just confuse them for those first few seconds you need. And it does a hell of a lot of other stuff. Definitely worth putting on cold-blooded for your perk 2. And finally, I would use dexterity for perk 3. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why is he using dexterity? And basically I'd use dexterity because what it does for you is it regains use of weapon more quickly after sprinting, and you can mantle and climb at double speed. So what's the use of that, you may say, lunatic? Well, basically the use of that is if you haven't got quick draw or whatever on this first setup, so by using dexterity it sort of compensates for that. So while you're running and gunning, because this is a run and gun setup I'm giving you now, while you're running and gunning, you know, after you've finished running, you can just wham straight into aiming down sight. So you've got a laser sight on, which gives you better hip fire, so you've got your hip fire choice. You've got your long barrel, which gives you more range, and then obviously you've also got dexterity, which means you've basically excuse me, which means you're basically using quick draw as well. That's what it basically is, but only after sprinting. So yeah, that would be my first setup for you guys. Now I will go on to my second setup. So you could use quick draw attachment along with the adjustable stock, which works a little like Stalker from Modern Warfare 3, and you could constantly aim walking around the map, as it would make your bullet spread more tighter, meaning more pellets on target, and quick draw to bring the weapon into aiming down sight really fast. Now perks for this class, I would recommend Flak Jacket in perk 1, so you can avoid those Bettys and Claymores. I would recommend in perk 2, I would use Toughness, as it will help when you're getting shot at close range. It will help you with the flinching in the close quarter of combat. And perk 3, I would recommend Dead Silence, so you can basically sneak around while you're walking in the ADS mode. Now this second setup is basically more for, I don't know, this is more for just close quarter maps, because you're basically going to be walking around most of the time aiming down sight already. So you know, you're going to be walking in rooms already aiming down sight. You've got Stalker on, don't forget. I know it's not called Stalker, but you know what I mean. You've got Stalker on, so you can move quickly while you're aiming down sights, clear rooms out, and that will work really well on Nuketown, Hijacked, and other maps like that. Even medium range maps, it'll be okay. And the first setup I told you guys, I recommend that for any map. I know the gameplay you're watching, I'm using it on Hijacked, and I do actually go on, I think, a 16 gun streak and 20 kill streak with it, so it's not bad. And that was with no attachments, by the way. I already just started using it. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoy them 2 attachments, and I hope they work for you. I mean, both setups are good and would work, as I say, in different maps in their own way. Now moving on to the camos. So to get gold camo and the rest of the, you know, Chinese and all that funky camo, all you need to do is get 1 shot 1 kills with your shotgun. Now other guns like the submachine guns, you have to get headshots, I think 100 headshots before you can unlock all the really nice camos. So you need to get 100 1 shot 1 kills with your shotgun, and then you unlock all the really nice camos. I think it's the same with snipers. I think you have to get 1 shot 1 kills with them also. So then guys, I hope this really helped. I hope I broke it down for you really good, and if you want me to, well, I probably will. I'll write down both of my setups for you in the section below, so you will all be able to see it and copy it if you want. I do not mind, and I want all feedback, comments, and just let me know if you think it was good, and let me know if I was wrong. You know, if I was wrong, if you would rather use something else, you can use something else. These are just what I really think are the best and what I really think will help you. So then guys, apart from that, I hope to see you next time. I'm Lunatic2. Peace out.
With the strength of 1,000 men, I grip a pen from my mind stems, lyrical poetry enhanced with the flow in me. I entered in bounds and leaps. I refuse to accept defeat.